Clint Cosgrove rivals national recruiting analyst here with one of the top players in the 2024 class, regardless of position. We've got defensive lineman Justin Scott out of St. Ignatius High School, Chicago, Illinois. Justin, man, thanks for coming on to give us an update on your recruitment.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Man, so I think back to when we first met. I show up at your practice, and it was obvious you were special. And you hadn't even played football very long. What'd you have? 3-game film. I believe
Yeah.
Illinois had just offered.
Mm-hmm.
And later that night, after we met, Rutgers offered. So that was kind of the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
Then you fast forward to now, where like you are consensus across recruiting services, one of the top players in the nation. Like, did you ever see this coming? And like, just tell me how things have evolved for you between when we first met to now.
Yeah. I never really saw it coming because I want to say before Illinois offer, I really didn't think I wanted to play football. Try to go to the next level. Then when they did offer, I'm like, oh, I kind of have a shot at this, so I better take it serious. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because what was I know it was a COVID year, your freshman year. So what'd you get? A little freshman JV time.
Yeah.
And was that your first year playing football too?
Yeah.
Were you a soccer guy, basketball before?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually played hockey, basketball, soccer, and a little baseball.
Wow. Talk about a well-versed athlete, man. And then you find your way to the football field, and we've all seen what has happened since then. And let's go into the latest. I mean, you're stacking up the offers. Like I said, one of the top players in the nation, regardless of position. You had a week recently where Kansas, Nebraska, Minnesota, they all offer in the same week. Tell me about that experience and any thoughts you have about those schools.
Yeah. When Kansas offered me, he had came. I talked to him, but then later that day, my coach had sent me an email. He was like, "Yeah, can you come back?" So I went back. He was like, "Oh yeah, they're actually offering you." I was like, "Oh, like I don't know." It was just like weird that they just didn't, just waited. I don't know, but then
Trying to follow the rules, I guess,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Then with Minnesota, when I was talking to the coach, it was Coach Callahan. He was really just telling me how about the program. I really didn't know anything about Minnesota. Then he told me how they were really right there to beating Ohio State, and they're really just contenders like that. And I also met this kid, Martin. He's committed to Minnesota. I met him on a Wisconsin visit. The moment I posted that, he was like, hyped, like, oh, come to Minnesota and everything. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now the week, what was it? The week prior to that,
Yeah.
you also had some big happenings. You got a couple of offers that many speculate are possibly some of the top teams in the running for you in USC and Notre Dame. Notre Dame, obviously close to home. You play in the private league. A lot of guys from your conference, whether it's to play sports or just to go to school, go there. Not far from home. I know Notre Dame was big. USC, on the other hand, the other side of the country,
Yeah.
but they come all of the way to Chicago to see you. Just tell me your reaction to getting offers to USC and Notre Dame and just your thoughts on those programs.
Yeah, with Notre Dame, when I took my visit back in November at the Georgia Tech game, I remember me and my mom were sitting there listening to the player panel, and some coaches had came and told us about how Notre Dame, competes with Ivy League schools. And the moment my mom heard that, she really just sold her onto the school. Then later on that day, they ended up beating Georgia Tech 55-0. So then she was like, "Oh yeah, I want you to come here." And then USC, that really caught me by surprise because they're already all the way on the West Coast. Coach Noah actually came, and saw me. He's a big dude, so yeah, it really just caught me by surprise. Yeah.
Is he bigger than you?
Uh, Honestly, he looked like an ex NFL player, so yeah, I would say yeah.
You're on your way though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, what are you, 15, 16 right now?
16, yeah.
Okay. Man, you still got plenty of growth in front of you and you're already huge. So obviously, big weeks. A lot has changed since we first talked. You've blown up. I'm sure it's got to be surreal. What are the next steps? I mean, like, do you have visits coming up? What are your plans for this summer?
Yeah, definitely with visits, I want to stay local. Maybe not travel anywhere. Probably over 4 hours. I want to say three that are on my top of my list are Wisconsin, Notre Dame, and Michigan.
Okay. Now, are those three schools at the top of your list, or just three schools within 4 hours distance?
With 4 hours distance, 'cause, the drives, my legs start stiffing up. And I got to get out the car. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet. Well, you can either who drives? Is it you or your mom?
my mom.
Ah, okay. Well, you just got to recline the seat, man, and
Yeah, yeah,
relax.
yeah.
Okay, so Wisconsin, Michigan, and what was the other one you said?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. What are you looking forward to maybe that you hadn't seen in the past at those schools?
I want to say with Michigan and Notre Dame, definitely seeing the campus and meeting more coaching staff. Because when I visited Wisconsin, it was really a spring practice, so I got to meet a good handful of coaching staff. Just see the players, and I want to say meet the coaches, meet maybe talk with some of the players, and then just see how practice is or like how hard they go. So yeah,
How hard do you want to go?
uh, to the limit. Yeah,
Love it. Love it, man. How about this? I mean, it's early. Uh, I mean, your offer list is impressive, but I'm fully confident that it is going to continue to grow. So I know this is probably a hard question to answer, but are you ready to make a top list? Are you looking to narrow things down, or how are you going to play this, Justin?
yeah, I definitely have a few top schools in my head, but with everything happening so fast, the top list changes at any moment. So yeah.
Okay. All right. How about this one? Commitment timeline. Uh, do you have a specific time, or is this just, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to look into everything and then see how it plays out. Or are you looking to commit by a certain time?
Yeah, I'm definitely, just filling it out, see where I feel, comfortable the most. But I want to say my dream day will probably be sometime my junior year because, I don't want to, rack up offers. I just want to, just go ahead find where I want to play at. So yeah.
Okay. It's not about the cloud, it's about the fit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love it, man. Well, I'm happy for you, Justin. Like, just your evolution as a player. And the crazy thing for me is you're so new to the game, and to see how dominant you are right now, and I can only picture what we're going to see down the road. And that's what gets me excited about you. And just knowing who you are, your character, and the way you approach everything. You got a really bright future in front of you. I'm excited to watch this recruitment play out. I can't believe you have 2 years of high school
Yeah,
football
yeah.
left in front of you. So, but no, I can't thank you enough for your time and for updating us on your recruitment. And man, I look forward to keeping in touch and hopefully making it over to a workout. Definitely be at a game or a practice coming up this
Yeah.
season. But we wish you the best of luck, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.